it feels as though Islam is taking over the West. Would you agree?
Yeah, they are. Inshallah, soon.
Inshallah, soon.
Inshallah, soon.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
world will be
Yeah.
become Muslim. Yeah.
Yes. Take a look at this. These are two maps. I'm not going to tell you which one is Kabul and which one is Birmingham. I was reading how, like, in the 60s, there were only 1 or 2 mosques in Birmingham, and now there's over 200. I want to understand how that happened. I recently saw that in Birmingham, you elected 13 Muslim councillors, and I was wondering, what would you like to see them do?
Well, they have to represent our culture, our needs, our things, you know.
Yes.
If the Muslim councillor
Yes.
are there, so they're going to represent us better and they're going to
Yes.
get some more things for the Muslim people.
Do you think that the government should provide help for Muslims to live in London?
I don't mind, you know, if the government do something for
That
them.
would be nice, right?
Yeah, I don't mind, yeah.
And I saw that they are doing that. And so when you're coming from another country, say Syria, I spoke to some of them, and they said that we're actually getting government assistance. Do you
Yeah,
think
of
that-
course, they do. They
Yes.
do, yeah.
Do you think that they should do that more?
Yeah, of course, yeah, they should,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
And-
Especially the refugees, people who come from
Yes.
abroad, you know.
Yes. And with the rise of Islam
Yeah.
in Birmingham and all around the UK, would you like to see Sharia law be implemented in the UK?
Well, that's what we want, you know. If they can do more, you know, what the Muslim laws are.
Yes.
So it's going to be good for Muslim people, and it's also for the whole human beings, all the human peoples.
Yes.
The Islamic law is the best law in the world.
Yes. And I saw that she just turned her face away from the camera. Are women not allowed to look into a camera?
Well, they are not. They are not allowed to, you know, become in front of any person which is not married to the ladies. The madam means the
She's not
person-
allowed to look at.
Yeah, she's not allowed to look or speak with any Muslim, any person who is not married to the ladies.
Yeah. How can you implement Sharia law in the UK? What is the procedure that needs to be done?
I think if we get more MPs and all these peoples, they can raise their voice in the assembly or in the parliament that what is the Muslim needs or what is the Muslim law or what they need it.
Yes.
So in that way they can try to adjust, they're going to put something in the influence on the government, and the government can then put that things on.
So I'm trying to become a scholar of Islam. Actually, I'm starting to read the Quran,
Yeah.
and I'm almost done with it. One of the interesting things I was reading is that, you know, if your wife messes something up, you don't like it, you tell her you did something wrong, and then you separate from her bed. But thirdly, you may strike her. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You have to give her a chance.
Give her a chance.
That's what the Islam says, you know, you have to give her a chance to reform herself if she's
Yes.
making something wrong.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if she's not listening to you, or if she's not doing, or she's doing against the Islam,
Yeah.
or against the rules of the Islam, then you can.
Yeah. Here's the Quran verse. It's chapter 4, verse 34. First, advise them. Then, if they persist, forsake them in bed. And finally, strike them lightly. This video only gets crazier from here.
So this is Green Lane Mosque, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this mosque, I watched a clip of an imam instructing men how to stone their wife.
There is a punishment for the woman
Yeah.
if she do the adultery.
Yes, correct.
Adultery.
That's exactly what it's for.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
And
then it's okay.
This is for the adultery if she is doing something wrong. Yeah, she's unfair
Yes.
relationship with another Muslim man. Then she is allowed to do the sangsar. We call him sangsar.
So
That
he's
way-
allowed to bury her waist deep, right?
Yeah, no. They have to
Stone.
throw the stone and kill him with the stone.
Kill him.
Yeah.
That's what he says here.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, and that is because if she do something wrong, that's what
Okay.
means. If she is doing unlawful sex with any other wrong person.
Right.
This
so
is the
if Sharia law is implemented in the UK, all people who cheat, all women who cheat should be killed.
They shouldn't cheat. That's what Islam says. That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what the Islam says. Women are not allowed to have a relationship with any person unless she is married with
Got
that
it.
person.
So my impression, it feels as though Islam is taking over the West. Would you agree?
Yeah, they are, inshallah, soon.
Inshallah,
soon,
soon.
inshallah, soon.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
world will be become
Yeah.
Muslim, yeah.
Yes. And why should the whole world become Muslim?
Because they like it and that's
Right.
why they will become Muslim.
Why do you think a lot of terrorist organizations are Islam? Why is that?
They are not Islam. They are just only using the name of Islam.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Islam is a peaceful religion.
Yes.
It's not allow anybody to do
Yes.
any cruelty or any bad things to any other
Right.
Muslim or a non-Muslim.
Okay, I understand. There was a man in Spain, I just went from Spain, he said Allahu Akbar and he stabbed an innocent woman 30 times. He shouldn't be saying Allahu Akbar, right? When he does that.
Well, you can't stop him, But as I said, this is the just when you say Allahu Akbar,
Yeah.
that means He is the great.
Yeah,
He's
right,
the one in
right,
the
right.
world, the greatest in
And
the
then they
world.
usually do something
and
not
you
great.
do something wrong, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So how come like people before they do something bad, they don't say Jesus is king or Baruch Hashem? They tend to say
Yeah, but
Allahu
as
Akbar.
I said, a lot of people, as I said here, they're using the name of Islam.
But
and
why
that-
do they use the name of
Yeah,
Islam?
but
Why do they do it?
No, but that's depend their mind.
Why do you
no.
think they use it?
No, but
Because,
as I
like I
said-
said, there's thousands and thousands of
Of
terrorist
course,
attacks.
of course, I'm not saying, but because a lot of people, as I said, because they got their own mind, No, you can't stop me, or I can't
Yeah.
stop you that you can't
Yes.
say this word or you can't say this word. As I said, it will happen, inshallah. As I told you, it will
How will
happen.
it happen? Tell me how it will happen before you go. How will Islam take over
Yeah,
America?
but you just imagine how many people are converting every day in America.
Yes.
How many people?
A lot.
Why?
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen very soon.
So
inshallah.
it's through conversion.
It's very sure. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to introduce me to some people in the mosque?
Huh?
Are you going to introduce me to some people in the mosque?
You want to go in?
Yeah, I do.
As we head into the mosque, we can remember that he revealed the plan for Islam to take over the West. It's to first put people into parliament in the UK that will instill Sharia law. Then he wants to use the UK as a model for Sharia across the West. Look at how Birmingham began their city council ceremony this year for their new Lord Mayor.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صدق الله العظيم.
Ask yourself if you want city council meetings to begin like this in America. When we discussed how it's permissible to beat your wife according to Islamic law, it wasn't just about some verse in the Quran or what's happening here in Birmingham. This ideology is creeping its way into America. Okay, so public schools in the UK are going to a mosque where they do Sharia lectures. That imam who instructed men on how to stone their wives still works at this mosque, Green Lane Mosque, and taxpayer funds are used to send kids to this mosque. Let that sink in. And here's the clip of him actually saying that. This is what I was going to show him until he just admitted that that's what they're saying.
Her that she is punished and she is stoned to death. And according to the Sharia again, when it comes to women, there must be a hole dug in the earth, in the ground, and she must be covered up to the half of the body.
At Green Lane Mosque alone, more than 40 schools across the UK took part in its school visitation program in just 2 years. State-funded schools in the UK are legally required to teach religious education, and that curriculum has to include Britain's major religions, which now include Islam. State-funded schools in the UK are legally required to teach religious education, and that curriculum has to include Britain's major religions, which now include Islam. This is what celebrations looked like after Birmingham's elections. You'll notice that you don't see any women.
People come learn,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, hold on, there's actually a lot of truth in this.
Yeah, and then they
become-
convert.
There you go.
Okay.
So-
So I am not saying that they're doing it by the sword. I'm just asking you, do you support Islam taking over the world? Would you like to see the world become Islam?
The world will eventually become fully Muslim.
It will.
Yeah.
You see, he feels like it's irrelevant to say whether or not he supports Islam taking over because he considers it a certainty. Now, I never expected that perspective when I arrived here, but when you look at the before and after of Birmingham, you realize why people here might have that mentality. That's why I'm going to ask people here what they think of this old footage of Birmingham. Watch this.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. I'm doing
and I was wondering if I could ask you a question or two.
Sorry.
Is that okay? What language do you speak?
No, Bengali.
Bengali. So we're asking people about this footage. So this is footage from 1960 of what Birmingham used to look like. And Birmingham, of course, now looks different. Could I get your reaction to this footage?
I think for me, the old age is more better, was and to compare to this time. It was good and clean and everything was.
It was better
good.
before?
Yeah, because of the population, I think.
So like right now, we're trying to interview white people, but to get their perspective on how Birmingham, used to look like this. But the thing is we can't find any in this grocery store. Here, I know in the UK they call it a white Christian country, but I'm walking around here and it feels more like a Muslim country, right? Is that? Am I wrong to think that?
I would say it's more of a multicultural, multi-faith, rather than Muslim or Islamic. Honestly,
But if we just look around, can you find? I mean, besides he's my friend, but
yeah,
could we find another white person? We don't see one right now.
yeah, it depends. If you stand here for a few minutes, you would.
Imagine being told 20 years ago that when you were in England, you had to wait a few minutes to find a white person in East London. Now, it didn't sit right with me either that this guy told me that I had to literally leave the grocery store in order to speak to a British person. So I waited 30 minutes inside that grocery store until I found someone. Here's that interview. So I wanted to get your impression of this video and how Birmingham has changed.
Oh, it's changed a lot over the years. There's a lot more diversity. It's a lot more different cultures, religions. And half of the shops are gone now. There's a lot of derelict buildings and it's just completely changed. It's not the way it used to be.
Do you feel safer in Birmingham now, or like how have you seen things change for yourself?
I think it's definitely changed from the children's perspectives today. I wouldn't feel safe with them walking around or doing anything really until they're that bit older so they can make their own mind up.
So how did this all happen? Well, they were invited. Not only were they invited, but they were offered luxuries that people work their entire lives for. Yvonne and I went to Canary Wharf, where they housed migrants in massive luxury 4-star hotel overlooking the water.
Yeah, when you cross the channel on the boat, they put you in here in a 4-star hotel and give you like 3 meals a day and allowance.
And this is the hotel, right?
Yeah, you see the entrance.
It was 3 years ago when we took that bold step and we renamed Main Street Palestine Way.
You see, it's official. Welcome to Little Palestine.
You're not allowed on the property. You're done.
Can you say why?
Yeah, because it's private property. Here. We don't have no reason.
But what?
It's private property. Go outside.
So for those who lead America, we want them to read the Quran.
My background, I'm an independent journalist. This is my...
You a Jew? Are you Zionist? What are you?
Patterson is proud to have the largest Muslim population in the state of New Jersey.
If you go to Main Avenue and Main Street, if you go over there, you'll see just like that Ramallah.
I was watching a video of a sheikh here. He was delivering a sermon for Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas. What do you think about delivering a sermon for the leader of Hamas?
Because he is one of the senior speaker over here.
Yeah, you know who I'm speaking about, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree that Ismail Haniyeh was a good man?
I don't know about that one because I'm not into with the Palestinian politics. I'm not into the Palestinian.
You're not into Palestinian politics. What's that? Why don't stop?
Because you're by the sisters' entrance. The sisters gotta pass by. That's number one. Number two, you guys permission from the office to film? You're done.
You told us to come in.
No, get out. You're not allowed on the property. You're done.
Can you say why?
Yeah, because it's private property. Here. We don't have that reason.
But what?
It's private property. Go outside. Guys made
Okay,
him so
but can you state the reason though?
Yeah, he made him very uncomfortable.
Who? The guy that I'm interviewing.
The minister, you didn't even ask for permission.
No, but the guy that I was interviewing, we were having a nice conversation. I understand. I just want to know what. But are you saying that we're trespassing?
No, like, whatever it is. I don't know who you are, what you're doing over here. Anything you do here, private property, you're gonna go through the office. That's it. This guy recording. He make himself like. Go, man. Just go outside, man. Go.
Okay.
Go outside. Go. Okay. Go.
All right, so we just immediately got kicked out of the mosque. Yeah, we're walking, sir. So we're walking away from the mosque for about 2 minutes, and when we get to our car, we turn around and see this. Look at this.
This guy, I don't know
Why are you filming us here? You're filming the license plate? Why are you filming this?
I have to see your faces.
So why you
yeah, they are recording you too.
Why did you come and film our license plate? We're off of the private property. We're literally off of the property.
Okay, because you're recording us, I'm recording you.
Do you realize that we're gonna look up if you don't? This is not private property right here. This is not your private property. So we're gonna look up. We're gonna look up the lease.
Well, we are here. You're suspicious for me. You both okay?
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah. Kevin?
Yes.
What's your last name?
Don't worry about my last name.
Do you have a store license?
I'll be here all the time.
Don't worry about your last name.
Huh?
What does it say on your shirt? What's your last name? You just looked up our license plate. Okay. So this guy comes over. He comes with his golf cart, looking at our license plate, filming our license plate. We're literally off of the mosque. If you turn around, you can see how far we are from the mosque. We're not even in the mosque parking lot right now. And we walked over here, and this guy's looking at our license plate and filming us. So we'll follow up on that. And we did. Take a look at this map. These are the property lines of the area that we were in. This is where we parked, and this is where the mosque is. Clearly not their private property. At first, they told us to go into the mosque and get permission, and then they changed their mind and just kicked us out without stating a reason. But we immediately complied. Despite that, this security guard followed us to our car and filmed our license plate. Kevin was a sheriff for 5 years before turning to private security. He should know the law. Now take another look at this map. Do you see something that's out of the ordinary? It's the homes surrounding the mosque are owned by the mosque. It's either called the Islamic Center of Passaic County or the North American Islamic Trust. They own over 300 mosques. This mosque that they own that I just got kicked out of has had 3 imams connected to Hamas. The co-founder and first imam was a man named Mohammed El-Mazain, and in 1994 he stood at the front of this mosque and boasted that he had raised $1.8 million for Hamas while inside the United States. That money ran through the Holy Land Foundation. El-Mazain was convicted in the Holy Land Foundation case, the largest terrorism financing prosecution in U.S. history. And this is Mamdani rapping about how great the Holy Land Five is, which were the top guys at the foundation.
My love to the Holy Land Five, you better look 'em up.